Ladies and gentlemen, podcasting since 2005. You're listening to Gamertag Radio with your host, podcaster Hall of Famer Danny Pena, the always opinionated Paris Lilly, and from outside of the norm, Peter Toledo. This is Gamertag Radio.
Nope.
Yo, what's up, Paris?
Hey,
what's going on,
man?
Just calling in, man. I feel like should do another daily conversations, man. Yeah,
Yeah, man. I'm at work. I'm walking. I'm on my morning walk. I always take a walk.
Oh,
for a break. Yeah.
This is where you come up with your theories and predictions.
Yeah.
Speaking,
that's how you do it, man. You take a nice brisk walk and you clear the mind. You start thinking all kind of crazy.
You know what? I was thinking about this. Do you know that today is 2 months away for E3 2019?
That's nuts. Nuts how quick time flies, man. I feel like we were just at E3 last year.
I
It's
know,
already
man.
coming back.
I know. And then after E3, that's the holidays. That's like the next thing for us.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to do the E3 predictions. We do that every year. This one's going to be very interesting. So
this is going to be a tough one because I'm gonna be honest right now. I have no freaking clue. I have no clue other than the stuff that's already been announced. I have no idea what anyone has up their sleeve at the E3, and Sony not being there really kind of muddies the water too.
yeah, and Nintendo is like they always surprise us, man. Like it's pretty hard unless it's leaked, but it's pretty hard to find out like their plans. Microsoft, I might have an idea, which I'm definitely going to talk about more on like in our prediction episode. But what are the chances of like a game that we've been requesting for a very long time, multiple games, that it is time for them to show something and just say 2020? Do you think that's enough? Do you think that's enough to hype the next gen console a year early? Because honestly, if you think about it,
I think they take a similar approach to what they did with the One X. To be honest with you, I think look, they're not going to give it a name. They're not going to put a price on it. It's going to be called Project, what is it, Scarlet or something like. They're going to call it whatever Project, whatever.
Yeah,
and they're going to tout the power of what maybe they do unveil here the 2 SKU approach that's been rumored of, hey, here's the super high-end one that we're planning where 4K and 60 frames per second is going to be a standard for the next generation of console gaming. But hey, if you want here's our entry-level one, which probably is going to be similar to the One X if I had to guess. Like, I still stand by the fact that if you're a One X owner right now, you're going to be able to play next-gen games on it.
Yeah.
That console is too powerful to have such a short shelf life. They got to extend that thing out. So if all of a sudden we get to 2020 and the One X, like basically if you already own a One X, you're good. But if you don't own a One X, they sell it to you for, I don't know, $199 in 2020.
Yeah, and that will be like the low end. So that will be like the cheapest console if you want to play next gen consoles. I mean, next gen games. Yeah, I can see that.
They have a $200 console that can play next gen games at 4K 30. Why not?
And honestly speaking, that could be a game changer, because usually every single company, when they announce a new console, you have to buy the new console. But I've never seen a company where, hey, if you have this console from last gen, you could play the new gen console, the new gen games. I think that's smart.
Smart. Yeah, go back. Was it E3 2016? I think it was E3 2016 where. Where was it? It was E3 2016 because that's where they teased the One X, right?
Yes,
that was the teaser. Mm-hmm. So if you go back, I tell everyone listening to this, go back and watch it. I obviously don't remember word for word, but he said that no one gets left behind.
You mean
right?
Phil Spencer, right?
Phil Spencer. Yeah, Phil Spencer. That was the message he kept bringing out. No one gets left behind. Your controllers, all your peripherals don't get left behind moving forward. So if they're going to do that, to me, that says whatever these next games that are coming out, at a minimum, the 1X is going to be able to play them. If not even your current, though, if you got the 1S, potentially. But who knows? I just think because they've made it clear, they don't care what hardware you play their games on. That's the message they keep putting out, right?
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, why do they care if you keep your current Xbox? Why should they care? Shouldn't matter.
And Parris,
look,
check
you're playing. You're going to play it at a lower fidelity, lower frame per second, things like that. That's fine, but they're not forcing you to go buy whatever Scarlett's going to be at $500 to be able to play the next game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a smart move because what are they trying to do? I'm in San Diego, right over by Miramar, and there's a giant helicopter flying over right now.
Hi, helicopter.
But yeah,
yeah.
But
yeah.
Their strategy is they want you to subscribe to their services. So this would fall right in line with that.
You know what it is, Parris? Like, I was thinking about this today. And the reason why I brought up that the company needs to show next gen games at this year's E3 is because, honestly speaking, if there's no Forza, there is no Forza this year. That's guaranteed. That's
we don't know that.
No, it's confirmed. It's confirmed. It's confirmed.
Oh, they said that?
Yeah, it's turn 10. I think during interviews, it's online. Like if you search, there is no Forza this year. They're gonna say that for the next console, which makes sense. We spoke about this a while back.
I don't remember them saying. I thought we speculated. But
we
I didn't
did.
Know 100%
we did, but a couple of our listeners hit me up on Twitter like, "Oh no, this is confirmed. Like there is no Forza this year." I was like, "Oh, okay, all right." I thought it was like a prediction. But I guess it's for real. So there's no Forza. There's only Gears, which is to me is the last Xbox official last game for Microsoft.
Yep.
What else they're gonna show? So I think it is the right time. It's the right time to
release. They're not gonna show next gen games though. They're not gonna do that.
Tease it, not show everything, but tease it. Like tease Halo Infinite, show something now. Show the new games, hype the crowd up, and of course go all out with the streaming service xCloud.
See, okay, let's define when you say teaser though. They're gonna show Halo Infinite. To me, that's a teaser of just saying here's Halo Infinite, here's the world, and all that. Yeah, but they're not gonna go into great detail on it.
I think they're gonna change it up.
I don't think so.
I think they are, man.
I do not see them a year and a half ahead of when Halo Infinite comes out to just give you everything. That makes no sense.
So, okay, let me ask you this. So you're trying to tell me, save that for next year or potentially the next XO event at the end of this year and start promoting it there?
I'm not saying don't promote it. They're going to promote it. What I'm saying is you may get like, here's the world of Halo Infinite. Yeah, Master Chief's coming back, Cortana's coming back. We're doing it different this time. It's going to be an open world game. Live service, whatever they say, but they're not going to go into exact details like you're going to get this weapon and this and that.
No, that's next year. But I'm saying, let's make believe Perfect Dark, a new game comes out. Let's just make believe this coming out launch, right?
Yeah.
They show it 2020. Boom, that's it. Everybody, like, oh my god, that's for the next. Don't say this for next gen. Just say 2020.
Yeah, okay. Then we're on. Okay, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because honestly, what else they're gonna talk? There's nothing really coming out for Xbox One, first party wise. Yeah. I mean, show Cyberpunk and like games like that, of course, for like spring, But go with the bangers, man. Go with the bangers.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you.
Okay.
So I guess since we're talking to E3, and obviously Microsoft's going to be the big show this year at E3, do you open the show with Halo or do you close the show with Halo? And Cyberpunk as well. Do you open the show with Cyberpunk or do you close the show with Cyberpunk? Which one do you think they do? Because I'm gonna tell you between those two games, that's what they're doing. One of the two. Actually, no. Let's throw Gears 5 in there as well. Between those three games, one's gonna open it, one's gonna close it. Which one?
I think Gears first. Let that out first. Because the thing is, why repeat the same thing as last year? Halo again, and they've done that a couple of times already. I think they should change it up. Show what's coming next, like from now to spring, and then mid show, next gen, all next gen. Just change it up and have a big, shocking game at the end that nobody knows. At the end, boom, surprise everybody. Everybody leaves the press conference with their mouth open. Like, I can't believe they just show that at the end of the press conference. The same thing. What happened with Cyberpunk? Like, we knew it was gonna be there at E3, but we had no idea what we were gonna see.
Right.
You know, like that, dude. Everybody was talking about that. I think that's like the perfect thing to do.
Now I want to pivot you because I want to talk about Cyberpunk specifically.
Yeah.
It's going to be a dead Xbox press conference. We all agree on that.
100%.
Project Red has made it very clear that this E3 is very important for that game, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is a rumor out that it launches in February of 2020, which makes a lot of sense, right? To me, that seems like a right time to put it out.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? Do you think it's really going to come that early into 2020? And do you think there's the potential of it being playable at E3?
Not playable. Well, let me see. Hold on. You know what? If they do have it playable, it might be at the Microsoft Showcase, right? Have it there. Mm-hmm. But at their meeting room, no. I think that's more like a presentation type thing. Because I don't remember. Do you remember us playing The Witcher? I don't remember us playing The Witcher.
No.
It was just presentation.
We never got to play it.
Yeah. So I personally won't. I think it's better for the company CD Projekt Red to just show it again.
Mm-hmm.
Show it at the press conference. Show it at the meeting room, and that's it. Once it gets closer to, because to me it's like you're saving content, Parris, right? Maybe Gamescom. Maybe another event after that. XO will be a perfect one, like to have a playable for the first time. If they do have a marketing deal with Microsoft, I think that's the perfect place because it's like a few months right before the game comes out.
Now, do you think they put a release date on it at E3?
Yes.
I say yes and no. I say they don't put a specific date, but I think they say spring. I think it's spring 2020.
That works. And let's say this: spring for E3, Gamescom date. Again, that's content that you can save for different events.
Yeah.
What you think?
No, I can see it.
You know, because if they go to there. To Gamescom, what else they're going to show? Like, to me, E3 is more important. I think that
is it?
Yeah, E3 is way more important than Gamescom. Yeah, because if you think about it, last year they showed the gameplay for the first time at E3. First time.
Yeah.
Gamescom, they showed it again, but now they picked a different character. I think it was a different sex. So for us, it was a female. For Gamescom, I believe it was a male. So they changed it up. It was kind of the same thing. You know, and honestly speaking, which of the two gets the most press, mainstream press out of the two? Not Gamescom.
In the United States.
In the world.
But I think Gamescom's more global. I think it's more of a global event.
Parris, I think that E3,
more people attend.
yes, more people attended, of course.
It,
yeah, but not
and more people and more press from around the world go to Gamescom. That is a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact. But guess what? Also E3. Oh, but a lot of press go from around the world, dude. Even E3 is even bigger than Tokyo Game Show, man. Bigger than Gamescom.
If you asked me that 3 years ago, I would agree with you. I don't agree with you anymore. I think Gamescom has more relevance than E3 now.
Okay, so which
is why E3 is about to go away.
Where is all the press conferences at Gamescom? Why is it always at E3? If it's not that big,
but they do press conferences at Gamescom as well.
Not anymore. Nope.
The only reason they don't go with the big flashbang like they do at E3 is because they just did it a few months ago. But actual hands-on stuff, people, interviews, all that, more happens at Gamescom than it does at E3.
Look, I personally think that E3 is where companies show all their games. Because look, they can easily say, I'm not going to E3, I'm going to go to Gamescom. And a lot of them don't do that, man. They always will go to
ask yourself
E3.
This question.
Yeah.
We haven't heard PlayStation saying they're not going to Gamescom, but they sure ain't going to E3.
I mean, remember, PlayStation Europe is different.
How is that different? It's PlayStation's PlayStation.
Yeah, but we'll see. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Look. If they do show it at Gamescom, fine. That's good. But they haven't really said it. Like, what is it they're going to show? I think State of Play. That's what we're going to see during those events. And then next year, once we're going to get to see and hear about next gen console. Okay, now we're gonna have press conferences. That's what they're saving money for next year. I don't see them having like a big, huge press conference at Gamescom. I just don't see it. But by the way, speaking of next gen console, Parris. So earlier this morning, I was browsing the web, see what's going on, the news. So I went to GameRant.com, and this is one of the first news posts that they have right here. It says analyst, PlayStation 5. And next Xbox will be the last consoles ever.
No, I saw that. I highly disagree on that.
In a way, I see where the analysts are coming from because of the whole streaming service. If it works, it might be the last one. If it works, if it doesn't work, then it's not going to go away.
It's not going to work well enough that people are going to ditch hardware. We're not there yet. Not anytime soon. Not in the next decade are we going to see people ditch hardware. That's why Stadia is great as a concept. Ultimately, it's not going to be successful because there is no hardware, and you're expecting people to invest a lot of money into something that they can't tangibly say they own. Because even a digital download, you can say is, hey, it's on my local hard drive. I have it in my house, right? Whereas with a Stadia game, it lives in the cloud.
But the thing is, Parris, too, the way how Microsoft, I don't see the PS5 as being the last one. I don't agree with that.
It's not at all. That's what I'm saying.
But with Xbox, it's a little bit different, Parris, because what happened if this is a huge success? Let's just make believe, Parris. Let's make believe. Everything is good. Lots of subscribers. People playing on their smart TVs, mobile devices, tablets, other devices, Apple TV and all that, right? If let's just say that's the last gaming console for Xbox, and they're strictly going to work on just Project xCloud, do you think that's a good thing or bad thing? Because here's a good thing. We're not going to be buying $400 or $500 consoles anymore. What is that sound?
Yo, someone has look like a freaking giant milk tank or something. I don't know what the hell it is.
Oh, okay.
Yo, the funny things you see walking through the business park.
That is so hilarious. That's funny. So, like I was saying, you don't have to buy a $400, $500 gaming console anymore. And you just stick with the streaming service. Yeah,
but again, not in the next decade is anyone going to 100% rely on just streaming. And if you look at what Microsoft is already doing, they're already hedging their bet on that because, they're giving you options to play their games on various platforms, which is smart.
Mm-hmm.
But the primary way is still going to be some form of hardware, be it a PC or even a low budget console. They're doing it smart by saying, we'll give you your high end console, but we're also going to give you a low end option as well, because there's going to be people like yourself that you ain't building a high end gaming PC, right?
Yeah.
You want to play these games at the highest fidelity possible. Do you really want the only way you can play it at the highest fidelity possible streaming? Do you really trust that? Because now you're relying on your internet connection, all these things. There's the potential latency. I don't see it. You're still going to want some kind of console. And like I said, I'm talking in the short term here. I could see 10 years from now, technology catches up to where it won't matter anymore. But we're not there yet. Not 100%.
Yeah.
We're close, but not 100%.
So here's another
comment.
Yeah. Anything else besides that? Besides the...
No.
I hear jets and all this stuff.
Yeah, it's another jet.
Yeah, I have.
I got about like 15 more minutes, and I gotta.
Okay, cool. So here's another thing I want to bring up. So ever since Sekiro, I think that's how you pronounce it. That came out for Xbox and PlayStation. That game is like super difficult from software. Oh, Sekiro. I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyways, ever since that game came out, people were talking about the difficulty and so on. And there's people that bought the game and started playing it and cheated in the game. And they went far. Some people completely finished the game without cheating, which is, it's fine. It's good. So my question to you, from way back in the days, because look, when we were kids, we used to cheat. We had Game Genie. There was cheat codes. There was also hotlines where you call. I know there was like a Nintendo hotline you would call, and they'll give you tips and things for you to do in the game in order for you to, to pass. This is like pre-internet days. So do you see cheating as a bad thing? I really don't. I just personally now, I love playing games that I just don't care about cheating. I just want to finish the game because it's like a challenge to me. I want to finish the game without cheating. Now, in the past, I've done this, Parris. I play a game normal, or I'll go with easy. Once I finish it, I will go back and play it again. Now with the hardest difficulty. So I did that with Quantum Break. I was playing normal, and I got stuck in one of the levels. So I studied the whole thing and I played it on easy. Once I was done, I went back, put it on hard, and I completed it too. Now I have an idea what to do in the game. But what do you think about that, Parris? About like cheating? Because that's what we used to do back then. We were young. You know what I'm saying?
I'm of two minds of it. I think in a competitive environment and an online environment, absolutely no cheating. No, absolutely not. But if it's a single player experience, offline experience that only affects your game, and you feel compelled that you want to put a mod on it or cheat at it to get to a certain thing, that's you. That's fine. Whatever. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But the second you introduce it into something that, there's a leaderboard or like I said, some kind of competition or online gameplay, no, cannot be allowed at all, because now you have an advantage over someone that's not doing that. And that should never be allowed. Yeah. I also think, we did it back in the day, but I'll take my son as an example. I don't want my son cheating at a game. Do it the right way.
Yeah.
Don't cheat, even if it's a single player. I don't want to encourage that cheating is okay. So no, I would not let it slide with my own kids. But like I said, at the same time, I understand if you're a grown adult and you're playing a game and you want to put a mod on it and it doesn't affect anyone except you, knock yourself out. Whatever.
Now, holy crap, they're picking up Parris. So here's another thing that a lot of people don't know. So Contra, we're huge fans of Contra for the NES. The Konami code that everybody knows about that game. Originally,
up, down, left, right, BA start.
Yeah. So back then, that game was for testers. They were testing the game, and they had a code for them to have multiple lives, and they'll go and check. It's for them to see that the game is running smooth and all that, right? So the game was already done. The developers forgot to remove that from the game, and then once we got it, that's why people discovered the Konami code, and now you could add 30 lives in the game, and the rest is history. So if a company add that in the game, do you see that as considered like as a cheating thing? Because I really don't see it as a cheating thing, because the developers added in the game for you to try it out. Is that cheating? I don't see that as cheating, though.
Well, okay, let's just take the Contra thing as an example from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not cheating because, like you said, it's something the developer put into the game for their test and they forgot to take it out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's your experience. I just go back to what I said before. As long as it's not affecting anything in an online space or a competitive space, nah, it's not cheating. Whatever. Who cares? If you want to take advantage of it, do it.
No,
I don't have a problem with that.
Do you remember what was your first game that, and I quote, cheated in there?
Contra.
Contra?
It was Contra. Yeah, it was Contra. I remember to this day, there was a video game store in St. Petersburg, Florida, neighborhood I lived in, next to the cash and carry grocery store. And I remember buying Contra, thinking it was hard as hell. And I don't remember if it was a Nintendo Power or if it was someone at school that told me about it, but I found out about that code. And then I was excited to try that code, and I did it, and I just ran through the game and beat it.
You know what? You know which one was my first one? Mario Brothers. 99 lives. When you go to, I think, the 7th world or the 8th world, and there's like a turtle coming down, and like the steps, and there's an area where you have to like jump, but you have to do it perfectly. So you keep on jumping, and you get points, points. And it's like a life. So I'll do that until I get like 99 lives in the game. That was my first one that I ever cheated, ever. I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. 99 lives. I'm never going to die.
Yeah.
Another one is Mega Man. Well, Mega Man, I found out like the codes to play like certain bosses. I will do that. Mike Tyson Punch Out. Everybody knows that code, right, Parris? Do you still know it?
I don't remember it by heart, but yeah. I mean, yeah, I had the code.
Yeah.
I remember.
Now, I've never owned a Game Genie, ever. Because that to me will mess up the game. Like, you're basically hacking the game. So that to me is more cheating, because you're adding something in there into the system and the game cartridge that will hack the game. But like a Konami code is in the game already. You don't need Game Genie. So that to me is not like cheating. I just wanted to say that.
No, we're in agreement.
We're in agreement. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. By the way, so back in the days, Parris, so there was this game that was for free for the Sega Dreamcast. I think it was available, the Dreamcast magazine. It was called Sega Swirl. Kind of like a Tetris, but it was like a swirl type images that will pop up. And they had a contest, and I was like just there playing, right? So my mom called me, and I tripped, and the cable got disconnected from the gaming console. I don't know what happened. This happened when I was playing the game, and I got up, boom, the cable got disconnected, and something happened that it gave me a lot of points that I ended up number 1 in the leaderboards around the world, right? So I'm like, I was like, yo, what the hell just happened? Did I cheat it? Like, what happened here? So I did it again, because I realized when I did it, like the timing, right? So I did it again. Parris, I even got more points.
Yeah.
And I ended up even higher in the leaderboards. Like,
Yeah.
I beat my own score, high score that was number one, right? So I hit up the developers, and they were like, something is off. Like, they even noticed that something was off. And they removed me because I hit them up. Like, hey, look, this is what happened. Like, I don't know. I just disconnected the controller, you know? They removed me from the leaderboards. So we were going back and forth. So the way how I was contacting them was through the Sega Dreamcast because I was using my keyboard from the Sega Dreamcast and I was like talking to them.
I have one too. Yeah.
So that's how I did it. But it's great. But see, I could have kept on the low, not saying anything, right? And I will just stay there and I'll be competing like, yeah, I'm number one in the world, whatever, right? But I feel bad that I hit up the developers like, hey, look, I don't know what exactly happened, but I'm number one right now. I'm kicking everybody's butt. And that's why I'm like, okay. That's when they decide to change it up. So just want to say that right quick, man. Anything else, man?
No, I mean, I think that's. By the way, since we're talking, and I guess we can point people towards this. So
yeah,
I was on Loot Drops last night with Dustin Legary from IGN. You know, he does like Fire Team Chat, is on podcasts, on a lot of stuff like that. But on his own personal channel, he does his own show. It was originally for Anthem specifically, but obviously Anthem isn't doing great. So then he broke it up and just called it Loot Drop. And he had me on the second episode. And, you know, we talked about Anthem, we talked about Borderlands 3, Destiny, Division 2, all the looter shooter kind of games that are either out or about to come out. Did you get a chance to watch any of it?
I watched it, and I think the last thing you guys were talking about was matchmaking for raids.
Oh, that's good. So,
okay.
Did you see the back and forth we had on that?
No. I had to go.
Oh, you didn't.
I know that you asked them, and that's when I had to leave.
Oh man, so you missed it then.
Okay, yeah. So what was the discussion?
It was a really good conversation. Really good conversation on that because I saw his point of view about matchmaking. Because you know, like I've said, I've been completely against it. Nope, don't do it. And he brought up to me why you're against it because of the way Bungie does matchmaking. There's better ways to do matchmaking and get like-minded people in the same group together to go tackle that. So the end result of it was, I was like, you know what? I never thought of it that way. You're absolutely right. I shouldn't put all matchmaking just because Bungie does it and they don't do it very well versus Massive or someone else can come in and do proper matchmaking that you can set specific requirements to get the right people into your group to be able to tackle something as hard as a raid. So we have no idea what Massive is going to do yet for the raid in Division 2. But if they do put in matchmaking and it's smart matchmaking, I'm just saying for the record right now, I would be open to that and I won't immediately call it a disaster. But if they do blind matchmaking, we all agree. Blind matchmaking, no way. But smart matchmaking, where you can pick specific requirements, that's okay.
But in a way, I did say that, Parris. Not exactly what Destin said, but I said something like, we don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe it's going to be different than the way how Bungie does it. And you're like, nope, it's a disaster. No. I was like, whoa, we don't know. But now it looks like they kind of convince you because you're comparing and all that. So I get it. That's good. At least they convince you.
Yeah, because trust me, he and we also talked about the thing where, again, talking about raids, whereas which approach did he like? The way that Bungie does it, where it's like, all right, new content, you got 5 days to gear up, go. Or the way Massive has done it, where they've given you 45 days to gear up for the raid. Which one do you prefer? He actually preferred the Bungie way in the sense that he feels 45 days is too long to gear up. It almost takes some of the momentum away from doing it. I disagree. We kind of met in the middle where I was like, I get what you mean. I didn't need 45 days to get ready for the raid, but it'd have been nice to have had like 2 weeks. I think that would have been more than fair for anyone that wanted to do the raid and enjoy the game at the same time. You can enjoy the game, spend 2 weeks to get raid ready, and still experience the raid day one. So we kind of met in the middle on that one too. Again, it's a fantastic conversation we had. We talked a lot about Borderlands 3, talked about Anthem, obviously a lot of Destiny talk because that's where both of us, you know, that was our common ground where we met and everything. And then obviously talked to Division 2 as well. It was a good combo. So anyone gets a chance to check it out, I think he'll have it available on YouTube, and I think he does it as a podcast. I'm not 100% sure, but it'll be available. I'll tweet all that stuff out as soon as it's available.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's really, really good, man. All right, Parris.
Yeah, so that's it.
Just wanted to say what's up. It was a great conversation, man.
Yeah, it's fun.
And
fun.
yeah,
always a fun conversation.
Yeah, I love daily conversations. It's pretty good. Now, I hope you get ready for E3 prediction. I know it's a little bit early, but hopefully from now to the time we're going to record our predictions, I hope it changes for you. Because right now we don't have no clue what's going to happen.
Yeah, right now I have no idea, but yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
All right, man.
All right, man.
All right, well, thanks a lot.
Thanks for listening to Gamertag Radio. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.